educator for how many years?
I have been an educator for 20 years. It's really hard to believe it's been that long.
Have you ever faced a challenge like we're facing now?
You know, I was telling the board I had my 1-year anniversary as president a couple of weeks ago, and I told them I don't think there's ever been a time where we've had the worst pandemic in world history since 1918. We've had economic crisis akin to what we experienced in the Great Recession, and now we've got civil unrest akin to the 1960s, all in 5 months. So I don't think anybody has ever seen anything quite like this before.
TriCounty Technical College faces some very unique challenges in that a lot of what you do here is very difficult to deliver virtually. Mm-hmm. How are y'all facing that challenge?
So our faculty and staff have done an outstanding job figuring out how to strike this balance between safety and health of employees and students, as well as delivering these high quality hands-on learning experiences that we're known for. So what they've done is they've taken it program by program and made some great decisions. So for example, our welding programs have decided to reduce the number of students that are in each lab. So they've also got a lot of PPE protections. They've got protocols for wiping everything down. We've increased our sanitation all across campuses. We've actually increased the cost related to that as well, which has helped us to make sure that our environments are safe, students are safe, and employees are safe as well. And then we've made this, again, struck this balance for more virtual learning or e-learning as well. So even though that it's online learning, we're still making sure that students have a very personalized experience where they're doing that. So we're doing more of those synchronous online learning events where they still get that connection with their faculty. That's something that students care a lot about at TriCounty, and our faculty do as well. And that's something that we're well known for, is that faculty-student interaction. So I think we've done a really good job at planning for the fall of what that looks like. We've actually tested it out this summer. We've had a number of students on campus this summer in our high-touch programs like computer numerical controls, welding, mechatronics, programs such as that. And we've been able to do a great job at keeping small groups very safe and still educating our students for the workforce of the future.
And I guess some programs like welding, you've got a great mask already, and your medical training this is a good time for medical training.
Yeah.
And the same thing apply to labs, because I know labs seems to be a challenge for a lot of universities. Having that laboratory work is very difficult to do remotely.
Yes, we've done very similar kinds of things for lab-based courses. Our faculty have done some online virtual lab pieces that prep students before they come in. So what you do in a normal lab is you do a little mini lecture, talk about what the procedures are. Well, they're doing that now virtually. So it's kind of like a flipped lab. You've heard of flipped classrooms. They're doing a flipped lab. So they're going to deliver that lab in a virtual fashion on the front end, and then they're going to have small groups of students come in to do the hands-on portion. So it's a really good mix. Again, keeping this balance of safety and then high quality learning.
I know in the past we've talked about y'all have a strategic plan for 5 and 10 years. How has this affected your goals for this year, and are things you'll have to put off or things you can still accomplish?
So in many cases, it's accelerated things that we knew that we needed to get done anyway. Taking a look at how we modify programs and keep those programs up to date. Clearly, as the economy is changing and being impacted by COVID-19, we continue to be in contact with our business and industry partners. They're letting us know what kind of changes and challenges they're facing, and we are able to quickly adapt our programs. That's something that technical colleges are known for. We really are built for this kind of work. As crises and economic challenges occur, we're positioned really well to help our communities succeed and become more resilient by adapting what we do for our business and our industries.
And Anderson County has the most international investment of anybody in the state. People forget that. We've got 53 companies from 18 countries. TriCounty Tech, almost from the beginning, has been a real linchpin in connecting us with those companies. Y'all, that is still a thing. Y'all do a lot of targeted training. I know with Arthrix, y'all are doing something. Tell me a little bit about how that's still going.
Yeah, we do an enormous amount of specialized and customized training. So we use Arthrix as an example. In that partnership, we were able to provide a facility for a long term where we're giving directed, targeted, customized training, if you will, for special program needs that they have. So whether that's being upskilling some individuals that are switching from one type of manufacturing to another to be able to do their CNC work, or maybe it's the surgical procedure pieces that they need to produce that are really fine skilled hand work, we're able to do all of that at that site. So we work very well with Ready SC, with our local business and industry, for example, in that Arthrix example, and the college and both our corporate community ed and our credit programs all married together to make sure that we're able to meet that need, whether it be a short-term need or a longer-term programmatic need.
And those kind of programs don't seem to be seasonal. I mean, we seem to be growing there, and those jobs seem to be a lot of people forget those jobs, the salaries are going up and those jobs are there. I know y'all have worked to make sure that, you know, students come out here with a career, not just a certificate or something. Mm-hmm. Let's just back up just a second and talk about the mission, because a lot of people will see this and have never thought about it. Tell about the mission of the technical college, the TriCounty Technical College, how it was founded, and what's the mission been since the beginning?
So since the beginning, TriCounty Technical College, as well as all the technical colleges in the state of South Carolina, have had a mission of supporting and helping to drive workforce development and economic development. I see it as a bridge. We are the bridge between workforce development and economic development. So we're able to help industries find highly talented people, and then we're able to work with school districts, like our Career and Technology Centers, our wonderful AIT that has just opened up in Anderson County, as well as the Anderson Career and Technology Center in Districts 1 and 2, and then all of our other Career and Technology Centers we've got great relationships with. We've got great relationships with other local and governmental agencies. And what we do is we work with them to create new workforce pipelines. So that's how we bridge that gap between workforce development and economic development. And it's all about pathways. We try to make sure that nothing that we offer dead ends anywhere. So the limitation is only by the potential or the desire of that individual as to how far they want to move up. So we've got structured pathways all the way from high school dual enrollment to the bachelor's degree, and then in some cases in healthcare all the way to the doctorate. So there's really no place where you have to stop learning. What I want people to know is that TriCounty is here for you for your entire career. So as individuals decide, hey, I want to change careers, or I want to upskill and learn something new, we're here for all of that. We serve a lot of people who have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, who are trying to gain additional skills. So it's not just your first job, we're here for your entire career.
And TriCounty Tech particularly has been ahead of the curve in technical education in South Carolina, really one of the early ones to start and one of the ones, talk about how it's grown here.
So we started in the early 60s at the college, and we have grown from one facility, one small couple of sets of buildings, all the way to having community campuses in every one of our service areas. We've got an industrial technology center down the road that provides welding and CNC with over 100 welding students that we turn out. We've got joint ventures with our quick job centers, where we're able to provide quick turnaround positions for local needs. So the college has expanded all the way from that handful of students that we served in the early 60s all the way to over 6,000 students each fall, and a total of over 8,000 or so students each year in our credit programs, and somewhere upwards of between 5,000 and 8,000 non-credit students. That's really hard to believe in this small area that we serve that many people. We touch a lot of lives in our community.
And tell me, I mean, I don't want to overstate this, but TriCounty Technical College has been a model for other technical systems, right? People have come here to see how y'all are doing this.
Yeah, we've got a variety of model programs that individuals have come and visited. One of our stellar programs is the Bridge to Clemson program. That continues to grow. We're expecting over 1,000 students in that program this year. That is, of course, a program that's highly designed with Clemson University. The students live on Clemson's campus. They take classes with us. We have an excellent completion rate, and those students that start at the college have the same graduation rate as if they had started at Clemson University. And that's kind of bearing itself out with all of the other students that come here. Often people wonder what happens to students once they transfer. We track that, and we know that the students that come to TriCounty Technical College and then transfer to a four-year college or university have a much higher graduation rate. The national average is somewhere in the 42%. We're at 60 some odd percent. That is stripping the gears on graduation rates. It's just another example of how we offer really high quality learning experiences and support people to reach their goals and dreams.
And you mentioned the Anderson Institute of Technology. I know the first year kind of ended with some bumps in the road. How did that first year transition, having a facility right next to TriCounty Tech's Anderson facility? How did that go? How did y'all evaluate that?
You know, we are very blessed to have a great partnership with Dr. Bob Couch and his staff at the Anderson Institute of Technology, and we've also are blessed to have great leadership at our Anderson campus. Our community campus senior director, Tim Bowen, does an excellent job at coordinating with Dr. Couch, and we have been able to really smooth out any wrinkles that come up. They meet, sometimes it feels like every hour, in particular in the spring, as all of the changes were happening on the fly to make sure that students were taken care of. And we looked back at how our students did this spring compared to last year, just to see how things fared. We were very, very happy that the number of students that succeeded was almost the exact same percentage compared to last spring. I think that's a testament to the work that the faculty and the staff do at the college, but then also those partners that we have in K through 12 to make sure that their students are supported.
And there are other opportunities for high school students to take courses through TriCounty Tech too as well, is that correct?
Absolutely. We've got a vibrant dual enrollment program. Students can take university transfer courses, accelerating their completion to the bachelor's degree by getting started early. We also have our technical career pathways program, where we have hundreds of students enrolled in that program, where they can get a head start in completing programs such as welding, computer numerical controls, mechatronics, industrial electronics, HVAC, and we're building healthcare programs as well that way. So literally a student for no tuition cost at all can complete a year of that program, any one of those programs I just mentioned, and then within a year or less finish that associate's degree and be out into the workplace. That is really, truly amazing. And when they come to the college, we package that up with a variety of financial aid pieces. So all of those programs continue to be at no tuition cost.
And what are some of the goals for the coming year? I know everything's a little bit in flux right now, but what are some of the goals y'all have set for this school year?
So we've set a couple of clear priorities given all of the changes that COVID-19 has created to help us focus our work this year. One is that in everything that we do, we need to make sure that we're creating a healthy and safe working and learning environment for our employees and for our students. We need to make sure that they feel safe and that everything that we do incorporates safety. Second is that we are making sure that everything that we do in all of the different ways that we're offering courses and labs and clinicals, that we are creating high quality learning experiences. So we're doubling down on the faculty development and training. We've partnered with a national group to help us to provide virtual trainings for faculty and staff to help make sure that we are delivering the highest quality learning experiences possible. Third, we're making sure that we integrate in and continue to develop the way that we support our students. So we're doing some really cool things like embedding librarians into these virtual e-learning courses, embedding tutors, embedding supplemental instruction. So I think those are really neat examples of things that are happening. And then fourth, we're continuing to expand our partnerships. Partnerships are very important to us. We are very well known for our partnerships with K through 12, with our partnerships with business and industry, and we continue to find ways to expand those partnerships to meet their needs as all of these COVID-19 events continue to cause a lot of flux for us. So we're really doubling down on those 4 major priorities this year. The first thing to do is get online and get on the application page of TriCounty, where you can learn about all of the great scholarship opportunities we have. As I mentioned before, many of our programs end up being tuition free. So you often hear about these national movements of free college. We've already got that in most of our technical programs, and students and families that have high need, when we package those financial aid packages up, they often are getting refunds. So we've got those programs, and we've got the ability to help them identify what they're wanting to do, explore things so that they don't have to commit very early, and reach their goals and dreams.
You know, and you mentioned that. What about students that may come in and have a difficult first year or so? Do y'all have a way to try to, save some of those kids that are struggling? I know that nationally they're talking about a lot of kids when the online thing, they couldn't adapt to it, so they basically just failed their courses for the year. Do y'all have retention programs and things?
We do. We've got a very comprehensive student success program. We've got an entire unit at the college dedicated to nothing but student support and engagement. So again, we've got embedded tutors. We've got a special program that we partner with Clemson University on called supplemental instruction, where they get specialized directed instruction, extra instruction, and extra tutoring and support every single week to help students be successful. We've got wraparound support services too, because a lot of the needs that people have that cause them to not be successful in a course weren't academic things. They were things that they needed or their families needed. So we've made strong connections with community partners. We are a site for SC Thrive, so that if a student has a need, we can, as like a one-stop shop, we can get them enrolled in a variety of community services and support services that include housing, food, all of those things that help somebody to be successful. So that's not a barrier for our students at TriCounty.
And to stay up to date in these shifting times, where's the best place for them to get information about TriCounty Technical?
So we keep our website updated, and we have a special site dedicated to all of the FAQs and all the new information that's coming out related to our operations and the coronavirus. So I would encourage people to go to tctc.edu/coronavirus.